Have you ever noticed that your home is already full of statues, charms, talismans, and altars, yet your heart is still full of fear and insecurity? Have you ever bowed to the Buddha in the morning, then by the afternoon found yourself in front of some other god or spirit, begging for help because you still do not dare to really trust your own path? Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Today we are going to talk about a topic that is very real, very common, and sometimes a little embarrassing to admit. Many people say, "I have taken refuge in the Buddha. I am a Buddhist now." Yet their house is still packed with household gods, wealth deities, fortune statues, spirit tablets, talismans from different temples, and even things they do not fully understand. Whenever something happens, they run to ask the gods, draw lots, find a psychic, or invite another spirit home. Maybe that is you. Maybe you are living exactly in this kind of confusion. One side there is the Buddha, on the other side all kinds of gods and invisible forces, and in the middle is your heart, pulled back and forth, never settled. In this long, gentle conversation, we are going to sit down and look at this honestly. Not to criticize you, but to help you see clearly. We will talk about what taking refuge in the Buddha really means, why so many people take refuge yet still cannot stop running around asking gods for help, what problems a house full of household gods can bring, and most importantly, how to slowly move from superstition and fear into real faith, real practice, and real peace. So imagine we are sitting in your living room right now. Look around with your inner eye. Beyond one cabinet, there is a Buddha statue. In front of it, there is incense, maybe some fruit, maybe some flowers. You light incense, bow 3 times, say some words like, "May my family be safe, may my business go well," and then you rush off. But if we turn our head just a little, we might see something else. In another corner, there is a small altar for an earth pot. Another table, there is a wealth pot. The war, there is a talisman from some spiritual master. Your wallet, there are lucky charms from different religions. Your phone, you follow all kinds of fortune-telling accounts. Your kitchen, maybe there is even a small altar for a local spirit you once invited because someone said it would protect your home. You say, "I believe in the Buddha," yet your life is full of invisible contracts with all kinds of other forces. This is not unusual. In many cultures, people grow up with a mixture of beliefs. Their parents and grandparents worshipped local gods, ancestors, aged spirits, and one day they heard about Buddhism, felt touched by the teachings on karma, compassion, and liberation, and decided to take refuge. Ceremony was done. They sent their name to a temple. They bowed, received a Dharma name, maybe even cried with emotion. But after going home, they did not really understand what changed. They did not know what it means to rely on the triple gem. They did not know how to practice in daily life. They only knew this life is dangerous, the future is uncertain, and asking more gods means more insurance. So, in their mind, taking refuge in the Buddha is like buying one more insurance policy in a stack of many. Why give up the others? What if this one does not work? Deep down, this is not faith, it is fear. Let us be very honest. When we say, "I took refuge," we often think we did something very spiritual, but if we do not actually place our trust, values, and direction in the Buddha's teaching, then the refuge ceremony is just a nice memory. The heart has not changed. What does it really mean to take refuge? Taking refuge is not just bowing to a statue. It is choosing where you place your fundamental trust. To take refuge in the Buddha means, of renown, I recognize the Buddha as an awakened teacher, the one who has fully seen the truth of suffering, its causes, and the path beyond it. I decide to walk under that direction. To take refuge in the Dharma means, of renown, I see the teachings of impermanence, karma, emptiness, and compassion as my compass. When I am lost, I will look there first, not to random predictions or blind rituals. To take refuge in the Sangha means, of renown, I will lean on and learn from those who sincerely practice this path, rather than blindly following anyone who claims to have spiritual power. Refuge is not about worshipping a powerful God who can give you whatever you want. It is about aligning your life with wisdom and compassion. So why, after taking refuge, do we still fill our home with household gods? Because the old habits of fear and desire are very strong. When something good happens, we are happy. But when illness, financial trouble, or relationship problems appear, our first reaction is rarely, "Oh, let me calmly look at my karma, my attachments, and the teaching." Our first reaction is, "Who can help me avoid this?" We are afraid of suffering, but we do not want to understand its roots. We just want to block it. From this fear, we start to think, if I worship more gods, maybe one of them will help. If this Buddha does not respond quickly, maybe some other spirit will act faster. If one altar feels safe, 10 altars must feel safer. It is like someone who has already chosen a good doctor and started a treatment plan, but when the pain comes, they run around to every street doctor, drink random medicines, and even invite strangers to inject unknown substances, all because they cannot bear the discomfort of staying on one clear path. What happens in the end? The body becomes more confused. The illness becomes more complicated. In the same way, a heart that relies on too many invisible forces becomes more and more chaotic. Let us talk about a real kind of story that happens often. There is a woman, we can call her Anna. He grew up in a family that believed in many gods. Her parents worshipped a house spirit, an roof god, a kitchen god, some ancestor tablets, and sometimes invited mediums to communicate with spirits when something happened. They grew up feeling that the invisible world is full of beings who must be pleased, appeased, fed, flattered. Something went wrong. Maybe the gods were angry. Something went right. Maybe the gods were happy. Later, he encountered Buddhism. Someone took her to a temple. He heard the monks speak about cause and effect, about compassion, about the mind. Felt different from fear-based worship. He cried while listening. He felt, this is true. This is what I have always been looking for. He took refuge. For a while, he was very diligent. He read books, listened to talks, lit incense to the Buddha every day, and even started to recite a mantra. But life is life. One year, her business had trouble. Other year, her child became sick many times. Her parents started panicking. They said, you must have offended some spirit. You changed the altar. You worship the Buddha now. Maybe the household gods are angry. You must add more. Invite this one. Worship that one. Half of Anna believed the Dharma. Another half still carried childhood fear. So what did she do? He put the Buddha on the main altar, but round him appeared more and more other statues. local earth god, a tiger god, a wolf god, some unknown deity that a friend recommended, a picture of some spirit who helps with exams, and so on. In the kitchen, he kept the old kitchen god. In the living room, he added a small altar for a wandering spirit someone said was attached to the house. In her car, he hung charms from different temples. On festivals and special days, he ran around lighting incense everywhere, offering fruits, running paper money, following rituals he did not truly understand. Was she more peaceful? Her body was tired, her mind was confused, her fear grew. Something good happened, he did not know whom to thank. Something bad happened, he did not know whom he had offended. He sometimes still prayed to the Buddha, but in her hearts he thought, Buddha is high and pure, too far. These other gods are more practical. They care about money, exams, illness, and daily life. He had taken refuge in name, but in actual dependence, he had not. This is the situation of many modern Buddhists. So, what is wrong with worshipping household gods? Were all gods bad? Does taking refuge mean we must throw away everything and disrespect traditional beliefs? Let us be careful here. Buddhism does not deny the existence of other beings in different realms. It acknowledges gods, spirits, ancestors, nature beings. Teaches that all of them, like humans, are sentient beings in samsara. Some have more temporary power, some have a nice realm, but none of them are fully awakened. They also experience impermanence. They also have ignorance. They also will fall when their karma ends. So the issue is not God versus evil gods. This is, what is your central refuge? Who or what shapes your mind and actions? If your main refuge is the Buddha and the Dharma, then you understand that the most reliable way to protect yourself and your family is to purify your mind, reduce harm, increase kindness, uphold ethics, and respect cause and effect. If your main refuge is random gods and spirits, then your life is driven more by bargaining, fear, and superstition than by wisdom. From the Buddha's view, even gods should take refuge in the triple gem. Any stories describe heavenly beings coming to the Buddha for teachings. Their power does not free them from ignorance, only wisdom does. So, as a Buddhist, your attitude toward other beings can be respectful but not dependent. You can respect the land spirit of your home with a simple, sincere thought, may all beings in this area be peaceful, may we live together in harmony. You do not need to flatter them, fear them, or treat them as your main protector. You can honor your ancestors with gratitude and offerings, but you do not need to treat them as gods who control your fate. You can dedicate your practice to them, wisdom liberation, and not trap them in endless worship. The problem rises when your home becomes a spiritual marketplace where every kind of invisible force is invited, fed, and begged, while your own mind remains as confused as before. Imagine your home as a small boat. The Buddha is like a captain who knows the whole map of the ocean and is guiding you toward a safe shore of awakening. Household gods are like other passengers on different boats, some stronger, some weaker, some friendly, some moody. If you constantly jump from boat to boat, asking every passenger, where should I go? How can I avoid waves? While ignoring the captain, of course you will be lost. So, what should a Buddhist do if their home is already full of household gods? First, do not panic. Do not suddenly throw everything away in anger or fear. that can create inner conflict, family conflict, and even a lot of guilt. You do not need to disrespect beings who have been worshipped for a long time. You only need to slowly reorder your heart. Start with understanding. Sit down and honestly list what is in your home, on paper or in your mind. Ask, "What's on my main altar? What other statues or tablets are there? Do I know what each one represents? Why were they placed there? What do I feel when I look at them? Peace, fear, confusion, or obligation?" Just this act of becoming conscious already begins to change things. You might realize that there are statues or talismans you do not even remember the story of. Friend gave it, relative insisted, temple staff told you it was good for everything. You took it home without thinking. Second, clarify your central refuge internally. Then before changing anything outside, speak clearly in your heart. My main refuge is the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Honor all beings, including household gods and ancestors, but I do not depend on them for ultimate safety. I depend on my own practice of the path. You can say this silently in front of your Buddha image. You can repeat it often, especially when old fears come up. Third, begin to practice according to the Dharma in real ways. Light incense to the Buddha not just to ask for favors, but to renew your commitment to ethics, kindness, and wisdom. When facing problems, before running to ask some god for help, try these steps. Calm your mind with a few minutes of breathing or chanting. Ask yourself, what is the karmic root of this situation? What patterns in my behavior or mind contributed to this? Consult Dharma teachings, a qualified teacher, or wise practitioners on how to respond in a way that creates better karma. Make a clear decision to adjust your actions. And if you still want to make a simple offering and sincerely say, may all beings in this situation be peaceful, may obstacles be cleared, you are doing it from the ground of wisdom, not from blind fear. Fourth, gently reduce unnecessary spiritual clutter. Over time, as your understanding solidifies, you may feel that some items in your home no longer fit your path. Perhaps there is a statue you never connect with, a talisman from a dubious source, or an altar that only makes you anxious. You can respectfully remove these following local customs for disposing of sacred objects. And this might mean burning paper items respectfully, returning statues to temples, or placing them in a clean, quiet place instead of active worship. If you are unsure, you can ask a trustworthy monk or nun how to handle it in your culture. The key is your intention. You are not kicking out gods in anger. You are simply simplifying and clarifying your spiritual life. You might even say in your heart, "Thank you for any protection you have given. From now on, may you also move toward the Dharma and liberation." Fifth, handle family pressure with wisdom and patience. Maybe you are ready to simplify, but your parents or spouse are not. They may feel afraid. If we stop worshiping these gods, will something bad happen? They may accuse you of being unfilial, ungrateful, or arrogant. In such cases, do not try to argue with them using sharp words. Remember, their fears are real to them. Instead, lead by example. Let them see that since you began to focus on Dharma practice, you have become calmer, kinder, more patient, more stable. Let them see that your life is not falling apart. In fact, it may even be becoming smoother. You can also explain gently. I am not saying these gods are bad. Just feel that for me, following one clear path is better than being scattered. Want to put my main heart into practicing the Dharma well. That will bring blessings, not only to me, but to all of us. Over time, when they see the benefits in you, their fear toward your choice may soften. They insist on keeping certain altars. You can respect that within limits. You can agree not to destroy anything, but you can personally choose where you place your own trust. You can bow out of rituals that feel superstitious to you and instead silently recite for the well-being of all. Sixth, understand the difference between respect and reliance. You can respect many beings without relying on them for your fundamental safety. For example, you can visit a local earth temple out of cultural respect, offer a small candle, and think, may beings here be peaceful? That is fine, but if every time something happens, you run there expecting the earth god to fix your karma while you continue harmful habits, then you are stuck in childish thinking. Real refuge in the Buddha is like growing up spiritually. When you were a child, you believed that if you cried loud enough, an adult would fix all your problems. As you matured, you realized that adults also struggle and that you must take responsibility for your own choices. In the same way, relying on gods to constantly solve everything keeps you in spiritual childhood. Some point, you must say, I want to be a mature practitioner. Will rely on the Buddha's teaching to change myself, rather than relying on anyone to magically change my utter life, while my mind stays the same. Seventh, see clearly how fear and greed hide behind asking gods for help. If you look honestly, many of the times you ran to ask this or that spirit for assistance, it was not because you wanted to grow wiser or more compassionate. It was because you wanted a certain result. I want to win this case. I want my child to pass this exam. I want to marry this person. I want my opponent to lose. I want to get more money. You are not asking, is this request in line with karma and compassion? Will this bring good to others too? You are asking, how can I get what I want? Buddha will never encourage you to go against karma. Buddha will never help you harm others. Buddha will never support your greed, even if it looks polite on the outside. Some other beings, however, they may grant some temporary wishes in exchange for your worship, your offerings, your energy, but nothing is free in the karmic world. If you form these kinds of contracts, you may pay in more subtle ways later. That is why Dharma teachers often warn against making random vows to spirits or promising things you do not intend to fulfill. It can link you into a web of obligations that complicate your path. The Buddha's path is straightforward. Do harm. Mudat. Purify your mind. If you follow this, you are already under the greatest protection there is, the natural law of cause and effect working in your favor. You do not need to chase 10 different gods. Now, let us step back and talk about what a home of a Buddhist could look and feel like. Not in terms of decoration, but in terms of energy. You walk in, and maybe there is a simple, clean altar with a Buddha image. The face of the Buddha is calm, compassionate. In front, there might be a candle or lamp, some fresh water, flowers, maybe a little incense, nothing messy, nothing crowded. More importantly, in this home, people try not to shout or swear in front of the altar. They avoid gossiping or slandering others there. They treat the space with respect, not as storage. A real practice, however, is not only in that corner. In the kitchen, they try to cook with mindful sense, waste less food, and if possible, reduce harm by cooking more vegetarian meals. In the living room, they try to talk with more kindness, less complaint. In the bedrooms, they try to end the day with a short reflection or recitation instead of falling asleep in resentment. In conflicts, they try to remember the teaching before reacting. This kind of home may have fewer gods physically, but it is full of the presence of the Dharma. Children growing up in such a space will naturally absorb the sense that real safety comes not from talismans, but from their own behavior and mindset. They will understand that owing to the Buddha is not for asking a price, but for aligning the heart. You might be thinking, well, but I am not there yet. Still feel afraid. Still feel like maybe if I do not worship certain gods, they will be angry. That is okay. Spiritual growth is a process. You can start by talking directly to the Buddha about this fear. Sit in front of the Buddha image and say, Buddha, I have taken refuge in you, but I am still full of fear from my childhood and my past. I'm afraid of invisible beings. I'm afraid of not being protected. Please help me grow in wisdom so that I can rely more on the Dharma and less on superstition. There are beings I have worshipped before. May they also hear the Dharma and move toward liberation. May I and my family walk a clearer path. The sincere confession itself is powerful. It is not about the exact words, it is about the honesty of facing your own confusion. The Buddha is not a jealous god who will punish you for having been involved with other beings before. The Buddha is an awakened mind that understands exactly why you are afraid and how to guide you beyond it. But the guidance often comes not as magical interventions, but as opportunities to see your attachments and to practice letting go. For example, maybe you used to run to a certain temple every time you had a problem. Now, one day, when you are about to go, something stops you. You remember this conversation. You decide to stay home, sit with your fear, chant, and reflect instead. Might feel uncomfortable, but afterwards you realize that the problem did not destroy you. Maybe you even found a better solution through calm thinking than you would have gotten from a random fortune. That is how trust in the Dharma was not by denying your fear, but by walking through it slowly and discovering that wisdom works. If you are someone who used to serve as a medium or deeply involved in spirit worship, your path might feel more complicated. You may feel that you have responsibilities or vows you made long ago. In that case, it is especially important to seek guidance from a well-trained Buddhist teacher who understands both the psychological and karmic aspects of your situation. The Zen teacher will not force you to abruptly cut everything. They will help you gradually shift your refuge while making peace with any beings you feel connected to. One thing is clear, no matter how strong a spirit seems, no matter how accurate a psychic seems, they are still within the wheel of birth and death. The only true safety lies in walking toward awakening. That path requires you to grow up spiritually. At the end of the day, taking refuge in the Buddha is an invitation to move from a life driven by fear and desire to a life guided by understanding and compassion. When you no longer run around asking every god for help, it is not because you have become arrogant or self-sufficient. It is because you have learned to trust cause and effect, to take responsibility for your own karma, and to rely on the deep, quiet strength that awakened beings have tended to for centuries. You can still respect traditions, you can still honor ancestors, you can still be polite toward other beliefs, but in your own heart, there is one clear home. As we slowly end this long sharing, I want to speak to you very directly. Look at your own life. How many times did you go to ask gods for help? Yet after the ritual was over, you continued the same habits, the same anger, the same greed, the same laziness. How much money and time have you spent on talismans, fortune tellers, rituals, while spending very little on actually understanding the teachings, practicing meditation, or helping others? Have these things really given you deep peace, or only temporary comfort followed by more fear? If your heart feels a little heavy hearing this, that is not a bad thing. It means something in you is recognizing the truth. You do not have to judge your past. You did what you knew. You were trying to protect yourself and your loved ones the best way you could. If you know a little more, now you can choose differently. So perhaps today can be a turning point. Not a dramatic one with fireworks, but a quiet, sincere one in your own room. You can bow to the Buddha and say, "From today, I want to be a real disciple, not just in name. I want to rely less on external gods and more on the Dharma. Want to clean my own heart instead of always asking others to fix my life. Please guide me." And begin with one small practice. Maybe it is 10 minutes of chanting a Buddha's name each day with true reflection. Maybe it is keeping one of the basic precepts more carefully. Maybe it is reading a few pages of a Dharma book and actually applying one idea. Maybe it is deciding not to add any new gods to your home from now on. Little by little, your inner sky will clear. You may still have statues and altars, but the energy around them will change. Instead of being places of bargaining and fear, they will become places of gratitude and reminders of wisdom. Your home will feel lighter, your heart will feel firmer, your relationship with the invisible world will move from desperation to respect and compassion. And one day, when someone asks you, "Are you took refuge in the Buddha, but why do you not run to every god when something happens?" you will be able to smile and answer, "Because now I know that the greatest protection is to live in line with the Dharma. Because now I know that changing my mind changes my destiny more than any ritual. Because now I know that the Buddha is not just someone I bow to, but the direction of awakening I'll walk toward every day." If this long sharing has touched something in your heart, you are welcome to let it settle quietly inside you. There is no need to rush to change everything at once. Just walk step by step. When you are ready, you can share in the comments your own experience. Have you ever felt torn between many gods and teachings? Have you ever started to simplify your path? What changed for you? Your story might be the light that someone else needs today. If you would like to support more content like this, you can subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment. You can also share it with friends or family who are struggling with the same confusion, taking refuge in the Buddha, yet still feeling trapped in fear and superstition. And if you feel called to go deeper, you are warmly welcome to join as a channel member so that we can continue exploring together topics of awakening, wisdom, karma, compassion, right faith, and real practice in daily life. Thank you for staying with me until this moment. You find the courage to gently put down the extra weight you have been carrying. Your refuge in the Buddha become not just a memory of a ceremony, but a living, breathing choice in your everyday life. Your home and your heart gradually be filled not with fear of many gods, but with the clear, steady light of wisdom and compassion. At the end of the day, we all need something that brings us back to ourselves. Something that reminds us to slow down, breathe, and stay centered. Simple bracelet can do exactly that. Every bead you touch brings your mind back to calm, back to clarity, back to the present moment. If one of the bracelets you just so resonates with you, you can find the purchase link in the video description and explore more beautiful styles in our channel store. Let the one meant for you find its way to your wrist.